Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and welcome to another reading vlog. So where we left off from last time, I am in my yeehaw cowboy era, okay? Like full-blown cowboy era. I got cowboy boots. Me and one of my besties have a country playlist playing. She's also not listening, she's also reading Done and Dusted right now, and she is 100% into it. We started a country playlist. We're having a great time, okay? We are enjoying our cowboy era. It's been great. With that being said, I started Swift and Saddled. This is book 2 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. And in this one, we're following Emmy's older brother. So she has two brothers. The oldest is Gus, the middle child is Wes, and then Emmy is the youngest. So we're following the middle child, Wes. And in the first book, he is trying to he's trying to turn one of the cabins on the ranch into a guest cabin. And then this gal right here is Ada. She is Teddy's friend from college. She's an interior designer. And Teddy hit up Ada and was like, hey, my best friend's brother is looking for someone to help him on this project. So she agrees and she gets in contact with Wes and they're like, okay, let's work together on this. Mind you, they've never met in person. She is from San Francisco. They've only communicated via email and she accepted the job. And we start the book off with her arriving at Meadowlark, Wyoming. And she's like, oh, it's cute. Like I've never been to an area like this. Super cute. She goes to the Devil's Boot because it's so funny. She thought that the Devil's Boot served food because when she Googled it, it was like 10 o'clock. She was starving. She's like, I need food. It says that there's food. There isn't food. She arrives there, and Luke from book 1, he's the owner slash bartender of the Devil's Boot. And he's like, yeah, we don't got food, but I got some stale ass Doritos. And she's like, fine. So she's eating these stale ass Doritos, drinking her little drink. And then Wes comes in. And y'all, I'm already liking this more than Done and Dusted. I feel like the chemistry is off the charts. Like, they don't even know each other. They just like see each other at the bar. They have the hots for each other. They just randomly start making out. It's steamy. And they don't know who they are. Okay. They don't know who like each person is. They're just like, oh, random hot person at the bar. Let's make out. They make out. Okay. And then Ada has to go to the ranch the next day. So she pulls up to the ranch and she sees Wes and she's like, oh my God, it's the guy I made out with. And then it's even more awkward because she finds out that that's who she's working for. And it's just so good. The tea is hot. I'm just like pulled in. And then you get a little bit of Ada's backstory. She is divorced. Her first husband was shitty, and she's just like, I gotta keep my head in the game. I gotta focus on my work, focus on rebuilding myself, blah, blah. So yeah, yeah, we're having a yeehaw good old time. I'm on page 44, chapter 7. So yeah, yeah. And because I love the series so much, I'm having such a great time. I went ahead and I ordered um the rest of the series. I initially borrowed them from the library. But I just loved them so much. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and purchase the physical copies to own them because I love them. I love them. I'm having a great time. I just know I'm gonna have a great time. So obviously here we have Done and Dusted, Lost and Lassoed, and then the newest book, Wild and Wrangled. I just love these books so, like, look how cute the art is. Like, I am so obsessed with the art style. Yeah, yeah, super cute books. And then the next book I'm going to be reading is The Unworthy by Agustina Pasterica. She is the author of Tender is the Flesh. I'm going to be buddy reading this with my friend. I actually have to text her and let her know that I'm ready to start because I was waiting for her to finish another book, and she did. She literally messaged me like 2 days ago. She was like, I finished. I'm ready to start when you are. And I'm like, give me a second, girl. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to start this. So two very different vibes going on here. I know I still have to finish um A Conjuring of Light, and I have the Heartstopper volumes 4 and 5. I did not forget about those. I promise I did not forget. I have just if you're a mood reader, you'll understand my dilemma, okay? Like, you wanna finish series, you wanna continue books in a series, but then your brain and your heart is like, "What if we read this?" And it's like, you have to appease what your brain wants to read, because then you'll trigger a reading slump if you force yourself to read. If you force yourself to continue a series that, like, you're not necessarily wanting to read at the time. It sucks because it makes it harder for me to finish series, but I do try to come back to them and finish them, but that is an issue that I have as a mood reader, and it sucks. But don't worry, I have not forgotten about them. It's in the back of my head. I'm always reminding myself, like, we have to finish those books. So when will that happen? I don't know, because right now I'm sucked into other stuff, and I want to ride that wave, okay? Like, because it's easy for me to get into a reading slump if I don't. So we're gonna ride that wave, and life is too short to not read what you want to read. So right now, these are the books I want to read. These are the books that I want to tackle, and we're gonna be doing that. So yeah, it's a new week. It's gonna be a great week. It's gonna be beautiful this week. It's gonna be sunny. It's gonna be warm, and I'm excited to read these books. Yeah. Okay, let me get back to work. Hello. So, back again in my car. Listen, I'm enjoying these little car vlogs. Like, I really am. It's nice outside. Again, if you hear some background noise, the AC is on because it's hot, and I'm not trying to be cooked in my vehicle. So I'm enjoying these little, like, car mini sessions. They're nice. It's a nice change of environment. I'm not in my office. I get to see nature. It's just nice to not be either stuck at my home office or stuck at my work office. But I do have some updates. So Swift and Saddled. I am now on page 141. I think I'm either at the 50% mark or over the 50% mark. I don't know. Guys, I love this book so much. I genuinely love this more than Done and Dusted. I loved Luke Brooks, but I love Weston Ryder. He is so fine, and Ada is also so fine, and I relate to Ada so much. Let me tell y'all something real quick. And this is on me because I completely forgot to mention this on the previous vlog, but Lila Sage, the author, she does like a really good job incorporating, like, Emmy in book 1 has either ADD or ADHD, I don't remember which one, and Lila does a really good job, like, describing how debilitating it can be sometimes. In the way she describes it isn't very surface level. Like, she goes into detail, like, Emmy struggles with having ADD or ADHD, and I really appreciate that, because I've read some books where the author tries to describe a thing that the main character is going through. Like, it could be like depression or ADHD or anything along the lines of that. And with this one, we're seeing Weston go through, like, depression. Like, he's on antidepressants, and we see how that affects him, and he's very, like, open about it, and I appreciate that so much, and it's done so well. And I just love how he is so vulnerable with Ada, because Ada, I don't remember where I left off in the previous clip, but we find out that she is divorced, and she left her shitty ex-husband, and she's just distrustful of men, and she already thinks lowly of Weston because she's like, oh, why would he make out with me like that same night? Like, he's being too nice. And my ex-husband was like that too. Like, at first he was super nice and loving and caring, and then he pulled like the rug underneath me and then turned out to be like a piece of shit. So she's thinking like lowly of Weston and keeping him at an arm's length. She's very cold with him and very like keeping him at an arm's length, giving him nasty looks. Like, this is very like Black Cat and Golden Retriever vibes. Like, he is like all over her, like obsessed with her, in love with her. He's like, baby, I love you, let me be with you. And Ada is like, no, I don't trust men suck. And the thing I appreciate though is that Weston is like understanding. Like, he's like, okay, like he starts just being like vulnerable with her and like opening up to her, which leads Ada to start like feeling a little bit more comfortable around him and open up with him as well. And the tension is so good, and like the banter is so good, and you can just see like Ada slowly start opening up to Weston. And Weston's just himself. He is just very caring, very nice, very genuine, and that is like warming Ada up. And like, oh my god, it's just so good. And then you get a little bit more lore of the side characters as well. Like, you get like more small town lore, more side character lore, and it's just so good. It's just so good. Like, I want to say more, but it's gonna be like spoiler territory, and I like to keep my vlog spoiler free. So I'm eating this up. Every time like I open this book, I just get sucked in, okay? Like, I just want to consume this. But I've just been so busy at work. I've just been so busy like after work that I just haven't been able to like sit down and read this, and it's killing me. I want to finish this. Like I want to just sit, relax, have a little lemonade, and just like enjoy this, but that's just not happening. So I'm hoping I can have some time this weekend to finish this, but I'm having a great time. I don't know, the tension and the romance is just, it's just, I like it better than Done and Dusted. I genuinely think this book is just, I feel like this is gonna be a 5-star read. I already know. Like, I know I said that about Done and Dusted and I gave it 4 stars, but this one, I already know. And I just, ooh. And then next update is I got to page 35 in The Unworthy. I don't think I talked about what this book was. I think I only said that I'm buddy reading this with my friend. But basically, this is from the author of Tender is the Flesh, and it's horror. I don't want to say nuns. I know like they look like nuns, but they're part of a sisterhood. I think it's the Sacred Sisterhood, and she is part of the Unworthy. So there's like a hierarchy in the sisterhood. So there's like the Enlightened, the Sacred Sister. She's like the mother sister who like is in charge of all the sisters. And then there's like the bottom, which is the Unworthy. And then there's like the servants that are basically like the slaves in the sisterhood. And then from what I'm picking up, because this is like written in like diary entry form, so we're following the main sister. I don't even think we know what her name is. Like, she talks about all the other sisters, she names them by name, but we don't know what her name is. And I'm just like, interesting. I feel like that's going to be important because she doesn't remember her past. So from what I've picked up on the diary entries is that the world ended. The world ended by like this mist, and the women that are in the sisterhood have been like saved by the new god, because the previous god, and they don't specify which god, but they call him the false god. And from what I'm picking up, it sounds like Catholicism, because they say like the false god, the false son, and the false mother. So I'm thinking of like, you know, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, the Mother. I'm picking up on that, and they've taken over what the description sounds like to me, a old Catholic church, and they've like taken over that old Catholic church. Again, this is just me assuming. I'm not sure if this is a Catholic church, but they've taken over this church and made it their own church and have their own rules, and they only accept women into the sisterhood. And there is one man, and they call him, the sisters have never seen him unless you're, I think if you're the superior sister or the lightened sister, you can see him, but you don't know who him is. He's just the only man in the church and no one has seen him. So they don't accept any elderly, any children, and any men who jump over the wall and into the church. They get killed. They do not accept them. They get killed. And if it's a woman that jumps over the wall into the church, they get put into like this room of purification, and there's like crickets in there. This is so trifling. Okay, first of all, this is so trifling and so dreadful and bleak, and it's giving the same vibes of Tender is the Flesh, probably even worse, I want to say. And yeah, so the women that do jump into the church, they are put into this purification room where they have to be like purified from the outside world and the infection and blah blah blah. And the unworthy, they have to like feed the women who are put in the purification room and start the hierarchy so they can become an unworthy and work their way up. But the way that they work their way up, it looks like a sister has to die. Like, it's really hard. It's like the diary entries or like little puzzle pieces, so you kind of have to put everything together on what's happening. So I am so sorry if my thoughts are very incoherent, but that is what I'm picking up so far. Also, the sisters have it out for each other. Like, they are each other's ops. Like, literally the first diary entry is the main character putting roaches in a sister's pillow because she hates her guts. She's like, I put roaches in her pillows, I sewed up that pillowcase, and I hope like the roaches like slowly come out and like get into her mouth and her ears. Like, they are crazy, and they're like rooting for each other's downfall. They are so happy when a punishment happens, and the only way to move up is if a sister dies, like in one of the hierarchies. So every time like there's a chance that a sister in a hierarchy, like in a higher rank, dies, they're like gleeful. They're like, oh, they're so happy about it. And it's so bleak and like, ugh. But it's so good. Like, I get sucked in. And her writing in her diary is like forbidden as fuck. So she has to like use dried up ink, or she pricks herself and writes with her blood, and like she stashes away her diary entries. And then we're slowly starting to figure out that there was a friend of hers in the sisterhood. Her name is Helena, and she gets murdered. But we don't know why. We don't know why she gets killed in the sisterhood. So it's like, again, this is like, the diary entries are like a puzzle piece to her previous life, her life in the sisterhood, and what happened to her friend Helena. So it's super interesting. I'm like, both books, very different vibes, but I'm so sucked in every time I pick one of these books up. So I'm having a great time. The reads are popping off. And anyways, my 15 minutes are up, so I gotta go back to work. And yeah, I'm hoping I'll have time this week to read. My life is so busy. I'm so tired. I am tired all the time. I'm burnt out. I just want to quit my job and like go to sleep for like the rest of the summer, but I can't. Life has to life. These bills gotta get paid, and I gotta go back to work. So catch up with you guys later. Hello, not from my vehicle this time. I have a few updates. First things first, your girl finished Swift and Saddled. Oh my God, 5 million stars. This was so good. When I finished it, I was like, Weston Ryder, the man that you are, that's a good man right there. That is a good man right there. This was so good. Like, honestly, I'm obsessed. I am so obsessed. Like, I'm trying to like gather my thoughts because they're all over the place right now. And I guess what I'm truly feeling right now is just like how raw and vulnerable this book was. Like, it was very sentimental. Like, you can tell that like Ada just wants to be loved because in her previous marriage she didn't have that. Like she wasn't loved, she was ignored, and she craves that from Weston, but she's just like she just wants to run away from it, right? She feels like she doesn't deserve it, and it just ugh, the emotional depth that Lila Sage goes into this is so good, and I was just so like emotional reading this, and oh, it's just so good. And then like the whole like there was another conflict that Ada was having, and it was that she lacked female friendships in her life, and then you see that like blossom in the book, and I'm just like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. And you just see like not only her relationship with Weston blossom, but like everybody else around each other, like the dynamics between everybody is also changing, and it's just so good, so wonderful. 5 stars. And I've went ahead and started Lost and Lassoed. I'm on page 50, and this is starring our girl Teddy, okay, Miss Girl, and the oldest brother, Gus, or August, but he goes by Gus. So in this one, okay, we Lila girl, she's just I don't know, she's just so good at writing like raw human emotion, because the conflict that Teddy is going through is basically seeing how everybody around her is moving on in life and she feels stuck, right? So she talked about how she was Miss Independent and the leader of her friend group, and she's always the one that took charge and in her life, and always had like these goals, and she would like meet these goals and just lead her life, right? And now like everybody around her is getting married or starting a family, and she's 28, by the way. um she talks about how she's 28 and she feels stuck, and because everybody around her is just moving on, like I was saying, like careers, family, like whatever it is, everyone seems to be moving on, and she feels stuck because she's been working at this boutique place in Meadowlark since she was 22, and she has a fashion degree, and so she's, she's in her zone, she's in the area that she studied, and she helped build this boutique from the ground up, and she's just having like a hard time. Like she's been really depressed and going through it because she was so happy that her bestie Emmy moved back in book 1, but things have changed and she just hasn't been able to see Emmy as much because now she's with Luke and they're together and they're building a life together, and so like Teddy is feeling some sort of like resentment towards that, and it's just written so good. And Teddy just cracks me up. She is hilarious. I'm in love with her. She is that girl. Like, Teddy Anderson is that girl. Okay. She is that girl. And she's a fashionista. And I love her. I love her down. And the beginning of the book had me cracking up because the book starts off with, they're at the bar, at Luke's bar, and they're trying to put in a mechanical bull rider thingy, and so she's there with Emmy and Luke and Gus, and they're helping clean up around the area. And then she goes into the basement to take a box of old newspapers. And she freaks out because she hears a noise and runs into a closet and accidentally closes herself in with Gus. And they're just like mad at each other. Like they hate each other. They do not stand each other. But it has been hinted at that there is a unknown history between them. We don't know what happened between them because there's just so much like hatred towards each other and so much like just pent up like resentment, but we just don't know why. And I guess we're going to be exploring that because it's like, again, it's been like subtle hints in the previous book that something happened. That's why they're always beefing with each other. And I feel like we're slowly going to start like unraveling what that is. But you can tell that they do care for each other. And it's good. The book is tea, by the way. Like there is some stuff that's happening that I'm not gonna spoil that I'm just like, oh, like last night I was sat and I blew through those first 50 pages. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And this is a single daddy trope, even though, you know, Cam, who is the mother of Gus's child, she is involved. Riley, she is like one of the side characters that is prominent throughout the series. And I love them all. I love the dynamic. It's so wonderful. And yeah, so we got a single daddy trope in this. I'm really enjoying it so far. I really am curious to see like what their history is that's causing them to have hatred towards each other. And yeah, so I'm so excited to dive into this. I wouldn't even be surprised if I've also finished this book in this vlog because these are just so easy to consume. They're so good. I just get sucked in. They're so good. Next update is The Unworthy. So I got halfway through this book today. I still don't know what's going on. I still don't know what's going on. This book is very interesting, not in like a bad way. It's just it's so mysterious. Like I don't even know how to explain this without spoiling anything because it is a short book. It's only 175 pages. I'm halfway done and nothing really is well, I don't want to say nothing's going on because a lot is going on at the church. The sisters are still going at it and they're still going at it. And again, this is I don't remember if I mentioned this in the previous clip. I probably did. So forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but this is written in like a diary entry form. And so it's like she's slowly opening up about her past before becoming part of like the sisterhood. And it it's really bleak and really sad. It's like a dystopian world, like that's what I'm picking up, that the world ended and the world was falling apart and she was like surviving with another group of people while she was out in the world before joining the sacred sisterhood. And that's it. Like she just details like some memories that she has of her previous life and then some of the events that are going on in the sisterhood, and that's really about it. It's like slowly building up, I guess, to the big reveal because she mentions like Helena, and then she mentions another person named Cersei, and they seem to be very important people because she starts freaking out that she's writing about them. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't write about them. I can't do that. I can't do that." And that's it. So it's like I don't know. It's like it's a journey. We're on this very interesting ride, and I guess we'll figure out who these people are, what her past is, what is going on, because I'm so confused. But I'm having an interesting time. I'm having an interesting time. I'm very curious how it's gonna end. It better not end like how it ended with Tender as the Flesh, because I personally did not like how that book ended and it pissed me off. So this book may or may not piss me off, but we'll find out. We will find out. I also got this package and I wanted to open it together because it's a special package. It's the special edition of That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Look how beautiful. Look at Cinnamon and Fallon. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we have Cinnamon and Fallon's dragon form. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my God. Look how beautiful. And in the back it says, I only had two things on my mind, cheese and how to get home. Oh my goodness. She is gorgeous. Look at the inside. There's like different little cheeses and then dragons. It's so cute. And it's signed by Kimberly Lemming and it has the indie edition cover in it. Oh my goodness. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. This is absolutely beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And oh, I do also want to share. I don't know if you guys are interested to know this, but I started Teen Wolf because one of my good friends was like, you need to watch Teen Wolf. Like, she's obsessed with Teen Wolf. She says that I think there's 5 seasons out. I think there's 5 seasons, and she says that the first 3 seasons are the best seasons, and season 3 is the best season, and then the other 2 seasons are ass. And then the movie came out, and she did not watch the movie, and I'm like, dang. But she's like, but we have to watch Teen Wolf. So I'm halfway through Teen Wolf, season 1 of Teen Wolf, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm honestly mad at myself for like not watching this what 10, 12, 13 years ago. But I've just never been a TV person. The only TV I ever really watched growing up was like reality shows and VH1, like yeah, just like reality shows, documentaries. I don't know. I just TV never really like grabbed my attention like that. I was mostly gaming or reading, or again, watching my trashy reality TV shows. So I never watched Vampire Diaries or Glee or any of like the top shows that was like super popular when I was a teenager. I never watched them. So I tried watching Vampire Diaries like 3 times, and every time after like 5 or 6 episodes, I'm like, I can't. I cannot watch Vampire Diaries respectfully. I just can't. It's not for me. And so I just think it's funny that Teen Wolf, I'm just like, yeah, this is it. I like Teen Wolf. And I do. I really am enjoying it. So I'm excited to continue watching that show. But I can't watch it without my friend. So we have to pick another day to continue watching it. But yeah, so far my thoughts are it's super entertaining, super cheesy, but still very entertaining, outdated, but still very entertaining. So I'm having fun with that. And yeah, so those are my updates for now, y'all. Life has been lifing. Work. Tired doesn't even begin to explain how I'm feeling with work. Okay? I feel drained. I'm exhausted. Exhausted. Okay? It's giving very I want to run away to the woods and live in a cabin and have my garden and live my life doing that. Okay, it's giving run away. Quit my job and run away. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat some dinner because I'm hungry, and I'm gonna keep reading Lost and Lassoed. Hey friends, it's me again, and my Deftones t-shirt for like the 80 millionth time. Hi. So I got my hair done. I went for a darker copper color. Hope you guys can see it. Yeah, she is the moment. Slay. Literally slay. I love it. It's like my favorite hair color I've done in all of the different hair colors I have done. It is super cute. This is probably going to be my signature color for the rest of 2025. She is the moment. Like I love it. I'm obsessed. Unfortunately, we've been hit with the rain apocalypse here in the South. So it has been raining nonstop for the past 2 days. Today is Monday, May 12th. It has been raining since Friday, like Friday night. And we have more rain until Wednesday. And then we have a break from like Thursday to Friday. and then the rain's coming back again. And I'm a little stressed because me and my family are going to the Ren Fair to celebrate my father-in-law's birthday on Saturday. And we're just kind of like, um, please don't rain on Saturday. There's a 60% chance it's gonna rain. But I'm like, please, please. I've been looking forward to the Ren Fair. I always look forward to the Ren Fair every year. I love going to the Ren Fair. I've been going every year for the past 8 years. And it's just like a thing I look forward to every spring slash early summer. And so I don't know, we've been hit really hard with the rain this season. So I'm just like, please, please don't rain on Saturday. I need this. I need the Ren Fair. Yeah, with that being said, I knew this was gonna happen, but my hair unfortunately did frizz up and puff out, and my hair's already starting to curl like from the bottom just from all the humidity and rain um from over the weekend. But the blowout was short-lived. I mean, I have tools here at my house. I can redo my hair, but um nothing beats a professional blowout. So I'm kind of sad that my hair got rained out, but it's all right. Anyways, I have some updates. So I the trials and tribulations of being a mood reader continues. So I'm in a horror horror. I don't know why that word is sounding weird to me right now. Horror. Okay. Horror books, horror genre is been calling out to me, but also epic fantasy has been really like calling my name, specifically darker fantasy. And so um I was listening to Buffalo Hunter Hunter. I only got 2 chapters in. I put a pause on it because not because I don't like it. I'm enjoying it. But I really want to finish a Darker Shade of Magic trilogy because I if I don't get back onto finishing a series, I will not finish it. Not because I don't like it, it's just my brain gets so distracted with other books that I just get sucked in to other series or other books that I just completely abandon a series. And I want to be better on finishing books. So I am like, we're putting a pause on any further like other books besides the romance books that I'm reading right now, like a pause on fantasy or whatever, until I finish that series, right? So I started listening to it over the weekend and I'm 25% into the book. And there's not much I can say without it becoming too spoilery because this is the finale, this is a trilogy, this is the last book. Um, but I will say that I'm sadly not enjoying it as much as the other 2 books. If you haven't seen any of my previous vlogs, I rated the first 2 books in the Shades of Magic series 5 stars. I thought they were fantastic, enjoyed every second of it. But something about this 3rd book, it's not pulling me in. I don't know. I was expecting like a ramp up of things, especially how book 2 ended in such a cliffhanger. And I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly that's not gripping me and it's falling flat for me. Um and it's a little boring, but I'm hoping because we're at a slow low point right now that's going on in the book, it'll ramp up again. But I'm getting a little nervous, y'all, because again, book 1 and book 2 are 5 stars. Book 3 is struggling a little bit, but I'm hoping to finish it. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it in this vlog. I don't want to put that pressure on myself because it is a big book. I think it's like 17 hours long. I am listening to it on 1.5 speed. I don't know how much that shaves off. Probably not a lot, maybe 2 hours. So maybe it's like a 15-hour book. Other news. So I got pretty tipsy over the weekend. And I reached a new level of nerd because I got tipsy to the point that I ordered a book and it showed up to my house yesterday and I was mad confused. I was like, what the hell? A lot of my friends have been talking about this book, The Raven Scholar, and she's thickums, okay? She is like over 600 pages, I believe. And yeah, she's over 600 pages. I don't remember. I don't remember ordering this. I just remember like being tipsy and having a good time and seeing some stuff about the Raven Scholar and being like, ooh. And the next thing you know, it's 2 days later and she's at my house. So this is my drunken purchase of the weekend. And speaking of fantasy, so I know I said I've been craving like a high fantasy book, but I've been craving like a subgenre of it, and that's like dark fantasy or horror fantasy. And I picked up The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I was at Barnes and Noble and they had it out, and I was like, oh, and you're coming home with me. And I took the sticker off, but it was like $3 off, and I have like my membership. So I was like, deal. It was a deal. And I'm so excited. Like, look at how beautiful this book is. Okay. Oh my God. Look at all the details. Hello. And it's like historical fantasy horror dark. And I've never read a Joe Abercrombie book, but I have been told that his books are like grim, edgy, funny, and fantastical. And I'm like, yeah, that's up my alley. So I'm excited. I've never read a Joe Abercrombie book before, but all my friends and other creators that I follow who I trust their reviews have said nothing but positive things about Joe Abercrombie. So I'm very excited to start my Joe Abercrombie journey and read a book by him. I'm pumped. I'm so pumped. So for this one, we're following Brother Diaz, and he joins a band of like monsters, like misfits. Like we have a werewolf, we have an invisible elf, we have a old ass vampire. Brother Diaz is tasked to join this group of monsters, this group of misfits, and find this lost princess who's a street rat, and take her back to her throne to be queen. I'm so sold. Okay, you got werewolves, elves, vampires, princess, dark fantasy. Enough said. Enough said. I'm sold. Don't know when I'll get to this, but I'm so pumped to read this. And yeah, I think that's the updates for now. I'm still working my way through Lost and Lassoed and The Unworthy. The Unworthy is starting to ramp up. Both books should be done by this week for sure. And yeah, so yeah, I don't know why it's so awkward to end clips. Hello, hello, coming to you from my couch because today is Wednesday. No, Thursday. Oh my God. I have this whole week jumbled up. But today is Thursday, March? Oh my God. Someone put me in an asylum right now. It is not March. It is May. Okay. Today, I have to look at my phone now so I don't look crazier than I already am. Today's Thursday, May 15th. I was going to say Wednesday, March 14th. Don't know why. Nothing happened on that particular day. At least I don't think so. I don't know. My brain was like March 14th. Anyways, and I called out of work because, not gonna lie, I'm feeling very merry burnt out. Very vulnerable moment, I guess. Work has been a lot, and I'm just struggling with work right now. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. This 9 to 5 shit is for the birds. Respectfully, if you work a 9 to 5 job and you love it, I love that for you. I wish I could love it too. But I don't know. I feel guilty talking about it because, especially with everything that's going on right now, I should feel grateful that I have a job. And I am. But it's hard when there's bullshit every day at work and you're just like, I'm feeling very want to quit my job every day. Every day. Um I just need to rest. I called out and my husband, he is hybrid, so today is his work from home day, so he has the office and he's working, which is why I am downstairs. And I do have some updates. I finally finished The Unworthy last night and I'm giving this 4 stars. I enjoyed it way more than Tender is the Flesh. Tender is the Flesh, I know that one was like a really hyped up book, and I didn't like it. And the ending like was like a nail in the coffin of me disliking that book. But The Unworthy, the tone is different and the vibes are different. And it both books are dystopian, like very dystopian. So for The Unworthy, the world looks like it ended with climate change. The main character, we never know her name, by the way. We just don't know what her name is. She talks about how that there's flooding and tornadoes and storms and droughts and all this crazy weather events, and talking about how the world just went through natural disasters. So it's like I can tell that she likes to use a lot of like dystopian themes in her books. And um this was a wild roller coaster ride. In the middle, like I enjoyed it in the beginning, and in the middle it got a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. It was very bumpy. I was bored. I was slowly losing interest. I was like, ugh, it's hard to grasp my attention right now. But then as soon as I got over that bump, like it was really good near the end. Like a lot of crazy stuff happened and the ending was very bleak and very sad, but it left a lot of unanswered questions, and I'm just like, I need to know more. Like this definitely could have been like 100 pages more, and we could have, I don't know, like understood more of the sacred sisterhood and like the purpose of it. And it was very bleak, and it was good. I recommend it. Please check your trigger warnings though, because there were some wild moments in this and things happened and I was like, whoa. Okay. But other than that, it's a short book, so I can't really say anything else without going into like major spoiler territory, but I highly recommend it. Very bleak. I liked the messages that the author was exploring, and it's giving Handmaid's Tale a little bit. So if you like Handmaid's Tale, then you might like The Unworthy. If Augustina writes more books, I'll definitely read it. I mean, I always like to give authors a second chance because they're not all going to be bangers. So The Unworthy was good. The Unworthy was good. Because The Unworthy had dystopian themes to it, and I don't know, I was craving more dystopian. I guess the theme is dystopian since, I read The Hunger Games and then The Unworthy, and I'm just like, let's keep the dystopian vibes going. I decided to get Annibot. It's on KU. So I downloaded it off KU. My bestie, she recently read this on a trip, and she was like, it was very sad, but very interesting. And we're following a bot named Annie. She's an AI robot. And she basically, it's also like a short novel, and it explores like her questioning like her purpose and her relationship with her owner, Doug. And I'm 23 pages in. Guys, I am having war flashbacks of my ex from 14 years ago because Doug is a piece of shit. He sucks. He treats Annie like shit. And ugh, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, this is so sad, but like, it's really good. Like, I like how she's becoming like more sentient because she talks about how she's a Stella bot. It's a type of bot. And I think there's like 3 modes. There's like the nanny mode, um, And then there's like the automatic. I'm pretty sure I'm messing this up. The automatic mode, which they're just like already pre-programmed to do what they have to do. And then there's the other mode that I completely forgot the name of, but basically it makes them more human and they, I guess, learn as they go. And it just humanizes the robot more. And so Annie's setting is on that mode. And Doug is just like frustrated with her because she's like less than perfect. And Annie, you can just like see like her thoughts, like she's like ruminating, like she's having like these ruminating thoughts and she's like, oh my god, he's like displeased, I need to make him feel better, why is he unhappy with me, I'll clean better, I'll do better, like you just like read her thought process and it's just so sad and I'm just like, oh my god, like these war flashbacks are crazy. But I'm having a good time right now, really really interesting, and I'm still making my way through Lost and Lassoed. I think I reached finally the 50% mark, and we're finally exploring what happened between Teddy and Gus to make them quote unquote hate each other and have these like intense like feuds between each other. So that's the update for now. And yeah, all I did today was chill. I read and I went to a very needed pedicure and I got my eyebrows done. So they look a little irritated. It's because I got them waxed. And uh and then my nail tech there, she was showing off her Labubu that she got. And I've never been interested in Labubus. Like, I think they're cute, but I've never like been like, oh my god, I need to get a Labubu like right now. And I've only seen videos of them and pictures of them. But when she showed me her Labubu in person and let me like hold her Labubu, I understand. I'm like a fan now. I get it. I get the Labubu hype now. Like holding the Labubu in my hands, I'm like, oh, I see why people are waiting in line for hours for a Labubu. They're so cute. And I'm like, damn, I kind of want a Labubu now, but they're $60. They're 60 doll hairs. That's a whole ass video game. Okay? That's a phone bill. Um, that could even be an internet bill. $60 for Labubu is crazy. Um, so in my dreams, I will be holding Labubus, but for now, we will not be purchasing a Labubu. Do I want one now? Yes. If I encounter a Labubu in the wild, I will probably pick one up, but I will let fate do its thing. Same with Sony Angels. For a while, I didn't collect them until like the hype died down a little bit, and I finally like found them in stores, and I bought a Sony Angel, and now I'm like obsessed, and I want them all. So I'm just waiting on the the Labubu hype train to like come down a little bit for me to get a Labubu. But they're so cute. I want a pink one. But yeah, so I'm gonna just chill and keep reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Hi, friends. So I'm here with some updates. I finally finished Lost and Lassoed. Oh my God, this was fantastic. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I loved it. It was so tender throughout the whole book. The ending had me shedding a few tears, but the epilogue, y'all, had me gagged. Okay, I'm so ready to read the fourth book. Like, okay, I was shooketh. And oh, if y'all hear Bella in the background, she's waking up from her nap. Hi, Bella. Bella, what do you have to say to the people? Do you have anything to say? Nothing at all? You have any thoughts? Any feelings you want to share? She's been in her teenage phase. Um, she doesn't want to sit on anybody's lap anymore. Cuddles are very rare, a very rare occasion now. But I feel like once she gets a little bit older, she'll go back to cuddling. But anyways, Lost and Lassoed. Shared a few tears at the end. It was so good. The reason why I give it 4.5 stars, which isn't, it's not a bad rating. It wasn't a full five because there were some things that I feel like weren't explained well. Like when it was finally explained, it didn't really show much depth as to why I guess Teddy and Gus had it out for each other for a long time. Like, I'm not trying to invalidate the situation because it was kind of messed up, but I feel like it still wasn't enough to explain the beef that Gus and Teddy had for each other. I just feel like it was very superficial, very surface level, and then go into depth about their relationship. And I kind of wish other relationships kind of developed in the book, but this is an overarching series, so I'm hoping I can just see more of that in the last book. And I'm sorry if I'm being very vague right now. I'm just trying not to spoil anything. But yeah, those are some of the like concerns I had with the book. But other than that, it's an amazing book, fantastic book. I loved it. I love this series so much. I'm having a spectacular time, and I'm so ready to tackle Wild and Wrinkled. And I'm going to be buddy reading Wild and Wrinkled with one of my friends, Jenny, that I met through Stephanie, Bookish Stephanie's Discord. I'm going to link everybody's channel down below. So I'll link Stephanie's channel and Jenny's channel, but we're going to be buddy reading that one together. I'm really excited. And yeah, so I started a little bit this morning, but work has been a little crazy, so I haven't really been able to like have some downtime to read. There's just a lot of work that kind of started piling up. And I did get, I want to say almost 30%. I think it's like 26%, 28% into Antibot. Y'all, it's sad. Antibot is sad. Antibot is making me sad. Every time I read it, I can't put it down, but it's so trifling. It's so sad. I'm like, damn, like, this is such a sad book. I really feel for Annie. I hate Doug. The men in the book, well, there's only two men that have been talked about in Annie Bot so far. Um, really hate them. I really, really hate them. Doug and Roland. Hate them with all of my heart. And Annie has my empathy. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much I can say without spoiling it because it is a short book and my battery is going to die 1 second. I think I was talking about Annie Bot being short. I'm not trying to spoil too much because it's a shorter book, and I feel like if I talk more about it, I'm going to be revealing a lot about it. But right now we're just seeing Annie question more about her relationship with Doug and basically her purpose. And I know that's like the synopsis, but that really is all that Annie Bot is. She's just questioning everything. At one point when she goes to get a tune-up, the lady who's working on her is like, hey, you're having a lot of buildup. It looks like you're under a lot of stress and we have to replace your battery. So yeah, I kind of feel for her, and it's kind of reminding me of the game Detroit Become Human. If you guys haven't played that game, please play it. It is a wonderful game. I just something about like robots becoming sentient and then like questioning like ethics with like robots and humans, and oh my god, it's so good. I love exploring those stories. So if you like that too, I definitely recommend Detroit Become Human. I'm having a good time. But with that being said, I'm not going to finish this book for this vlog. I'm actually going to end the vlog here because I feel like it's too long and I want to edit this and get this uploaded. I do have a little bit more updates before I do that. So it looks like I grow boss too close to the sun per usual. And I have a lot of reads coming up for the next vlog. So besides finishing Annie Bot and reading Wild and Wrangled, I'm also going to be buddy reading Phantasma with my friend Danny. If you're new to my channel, I've mentioned Danny a few times throughout my vlogs. We like to buddy read a lot. So we're going to be buddy reading Phantasma. We're so excited. I'm already like 25 pages in. I started the audiobook last night. Oh my God. It is so good. I'm not going to lie. It is really good. The writing is really good. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm excited to continue listening to that. But I didn't want to talk more about it because I want to save more of my thoughts and updates for the next vlog. But yeah, so I'll be buddy reading Phantasma, Wild and Wrangled with Jenny, finishing Annie Bot, and one last thing. Actually, two more things before I forget. The Raven Scholar. So, in case y'all don't remember, this is the book that I bought while I was drunk. I ordered this drunk and it showed up to my house. I was like, what the fuck? A few friends off of Stephanie's Discord are like loving this book, and we've all decided to buddy read this as well. But as you can see, she's thick, she's ginormous, she's almost 700 pages. I broke her up. I don't know if you can see the tabs. I broke her up by every few 100 pages. And I started the audiobook as well. I'm on part 2, page 56. This one, I'm going to take my time with. I don't have an estimate of when this will be finished because she's big. And I think the audio on 1.5 speed is like 22 hours long. So I'm just going to take my time with this. When I have extra time to spare, I'll listen to a few chapters. But I do want to mention this book because I will, mention any updates with this as I go. But this is more of like a background book. I don't want to focus too much on it vlog wise, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated. So far, I'm really enjoying it. The audiobook is so good. I purchased the audio off of Libro FM. I'm trying to slowly step away from Amazon as my main source of like consuming books. So I've canceled Audible and I've switched over to Libro FM, and they're having like a deal right now that if you sign up, you can get 3 credits. So I thought that was a really good deal. So I signed up with them and I bought the audio for Raven Scholar, The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, and I have one more credit that I'm saving. I just don't know what would be the next read. So I'm just holding on to that credit. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And if you didn't know, Libro FM, some of the profits that they get goes to any indie bookstore you want to support in your area. So when you sign up, you put in, I believe, like your zip code, and any indie bookstores around your area pops up. You select the bookstore, and any profits, some of it goes to the indie bookstore. So I think that's just way better than Audible, and I love that Libro FM is doing that. I also hate, because we were talking about this in the Stephanie's Discord as well, that there are some Audible exclusives. Yeah, I just hate the exclusivity because not everybody has access to Audible, and it's just, I hate it. I really hate it. But anyways, yeah. So slowly trying to move away from Amazon. I'm not going to completely cut out Audible because, like I said, there are some exclusives on there that I do want to read, sadly. So I might flip flop back and forth if there is a Audible exclusive audiobook I want to read. But other than that, I'm going to try to strictly use Libro FM and my library. Anyways, I love how I'm like, that's all. Throws more updates at you guys. Oh, and one last thing. My dear friend Sheena, she gifted me, whew, she is thick, this Saga comic book collection. I'm really excited. I've seen this everywhere in comic book stores and just in bookstores in general, but I never knew what this was about. So I'm really excited to get into this story. I don't know when because, my never-ending TBR list, but I'm really excited to get into this. And Sheena, thank you again. I really appreciate you. Thanks, girl. And yeah, guys, I think that's it for now. I'll definitely be talking more about the books that I'm reading in the next vlog. And if you guys made it to the end of this video, leave me a cowboy emoji or a robot emoji. If you guys like my content, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.